when we talk about cloud marketplaces, right, it's interesting to see how it's evolved and become an alternative channel of sales, right, for the ISVs. And as we have seen it evolve, I think there has been multifold transformation that have happened. I think if we talk about the entire marketplace, right, it basically emerged as a building block, as an alternate selling or mode of selling. But now it's reaping out the benefits for many ISVs, right? We have witnessed around 6.5 times growth in terms of channel sales from the marketplace, right? And it's huge. And if you also talk about how the vendors started, they typically started off with basic solutions and products on infrastructure side, but now we are seeing more advanced or more evolved solutions coming into play with a lot of SaaS, AI/ML products, verticalized solutions coming into place as well. The things across the entire board of marketplace have evolved, right? As we are seeing multiple vendors. Previously, it was all the hyperscalers, and now we are seeing the likes of ISVs, resellers, distributors, and even industry players, right, coming up with their own marketplaces. And interesting to see that as we move forward, we'll see the evolution of more complex products coming into the marketplace, right? These would be bundle out products. This would have ISVs and services embedded, right? So we'll see multiple ways, avenues of innovation happening within the marketplace. And what we believe is the marketplace is in an upward trend, right? We believe the marketplace would touch around 150 billion by 2027. This is the kind of scale we are looking at. And interestingly, as we talk about the marketplace, it enables a lot of direct avenues in terms of procurement, right? We believe that it almost assists in 50% faster sales, right? Via marketplaces is what partners can basically look at. Also interesting to see is how the different segments of players, right, from hyperscalers, ISVs, resellers, and industry players can benefit out of it, right? When we talk about it, I think if we talk about hyperscalers, we have seen a good amount of product listing increasing, right? Over the past years from 2018 to 2025, we expect the number of listings to grow and touch around 100K by 2025. And also, if you talk about specific benefits that could be provided, right, it offers benefits to the buyers, sellers, and the hyperscalers as a whole as well, right? For buyers, they basically get more simplified, faster way of procurement, right? The entire procurement life cycle is basically quicker. If we talk about validation of products, it happens very quickly. You get real-time support. And I think going forward, we'll see a lot of Gen AI-based customer support coming into play as well. We see a lot of increased transparency as well, because you see the products, you get the listings and everything. For the sellers, of course, it's a very simple and automated way of selling. I think the onboarding systems have become way too fast. Support from real-time support, right, could be a thing that could really enable as to how things are sold. Availability of customized offers or custom marketplaces offers is always there. And I think going forward, we'll see basically a place wherein we have a unified super marketplace coming out, right? And also from a hyperscaler perspective, I think it is all about how you are able to develop and come up with more cross-sell and upsell opportunities. Co-innovation is happening. It fosters co-innovation with a lot of package bundles or solutions happening in as well. While we see this at the hyperscaler level, I think we have also seen the range of products evolving, right? I think it's all about infrastructure solutions being at the core at this point of time. But across the three hyperscalers, we have seen it scale much faster, right? And I think as per our estimations, we'll see a lot of growth in specific areas of solutions like data. We'll also see a significant growth in terms of AI, ML, or machine learning solutions coming in as well. And this is where we believe the entire portfolio of innovation will happen, right, across the marketplace. If you talk about ISVs, I think a significant potential for them to be a disruptor within the space. I think this is where they're coming up with a lot of managed package solutions, pre-built configurable solutions in place. They're coming up with these micro vertical specific solutions as well, because it basically pans out with their overall strategy in terms of growth and having those vertical conversations in place. They're also trying to do a lot of things in terms of how they could increase the number of ISVs, right, or the partners coming in. I think this is where we can cite some examples of how Salesforce succeeded in scaling up their marketplace. I think while they started off early, they slowly and steadily strengthened their app ecosystem. And I think based on the different set of initiatives and collaborations that have happened, right, they've managed to basically scale it, bring out more chat and enable features within the app marketplace as well. They launched their own chat. And I think later on, they're coming up with more verticalized solutions. They basically had almost a lot of partners added specifically around retail and commerce, right? So again, they're building those vertical capabilities within their marketplace as well. If we talk about resellers, I think this is where we have seen some significant players coming in. There has been growth, a lot of involvement in scaling up on regulated verticals as well as they list their own products. We have also seen retailers coming into the managed services model. Many of them are basically launching their own managed services model. And this is what would also scale forward, right? As they look at different set of customers. And also important thing was to see as a service consumption model, right? That would basically grow in the next 2 years. And when we talk about some of the core aspects, I think data as a service, digital transformation, IoT emerge to be some of the core factors, right? And I think, lastly, I think if you talk about the telecom players or industry specific players, I think no surprises that telecom players focus on 5G and IoT is way too huge. I think furthermore, they are looking at edge computing, distributed cloud as well, right? And when we talk about their overall focus, I think omni-channel communication is something that they're really preferring, and they're trying to basically market it through different areas. Lastly, I think self-service portal is very important and prominent, right? This is where they're basically trying to scale up their own capabilities, right? And I think lastly, if I talk about generative AI, I think going in the future, we believe Gen AI, hyper personalization, and package solutions would emerge as key features, and that would drive additional sales. If you talk about from a hyperscaler perspective, we believe that things like having in more vendor insights readily available, private marketplaces, test drive, wherein you can test those solutions, and also multi-party private offers, right? These could be things that would be unique features specific to hyperscaler marketplaces. Within the resellers, we might see vertical specific solution, marketplace as a service, low code, no code integration. These basically look to be more from a reseller and distributor side of marketplaces kind of thing. And futuristic features, right? If we talk about it, we'll see more of Gen AI, hyper personalization, AI-led checks and validations to help customers basically evaluate the products, etc., would really form the way in which marketplace would evolve, right? This was something quickly in terms of how we'll see the next phase of growth. I think no surprises, we'll see the growth of specialized marketplaces. We'll see a lot of professional companies shifting to specific custom offers on their marketplaces. We'll see a lot of decentralized marketplaces as well, right? Again, this is something that we estimate by 2027. More and more, almost around 101 million plus software vendors would basically come in here. Listings would come in here. Use of digital humans for queries. It's all about Gen AI and digital humans coming into place, right? And lastly, I think personalized interactions and the role of data would play a very key role. And lastly, I think just spending 30 seconds on this. I think the key to defining a marketplace and how you can succeed there, right? We believe there are 4 key steps to it. How you are able to ideate, build a roadmap to develop your cloud marketplace strategy, have a core blueprint built in. Then it's all about setting up, right? How do you set up within the marketplace? What kind of partner reach outs you have to do? What kind of goal setting you basically get it done? And then it's all about operating and scaling, right? How do you monitor your goals? How do you monitor your buying behavior? How do you expand your reach within customers? And lastly, it's all about having an effective after sales support, right, that you provide to it. I think these are the core pillars, right, that would really lay the foundation of how partners can succeed in a marketplace, right?